Thanks everyone. Thanks for to the Brockton Writers Fest for having me. I'm going to read three poems, and I really enjoyed the presentation beforehand. Just thinking, it's making me think a lot about poetry and hip hop, and I look forward to the other readers as well. This is a short poem from my book I Hate Parties. It's called Speech Delay. 6 years before you arrive at words. Instead, you point and laugh, your face often trembling, between intensities, until the morning you spill every sentence in your oatmeal like wild honey. You point and laugh, your face often trembling, in the mirror as you try on different smiles, pulling expressions from the hidden fascia, then Windex the glass and wipe away each line. In the mirror, as you try on different smiles, the bright outside works your blown glass true. No words in the glory hole, only trembling, sweet bitter plasma, the hiss of understanding. The bright outside works your blown glass true, but a fourth state of matter, between intensities, tries you on, mirror of your motion, wild honey, before you arrive at words or waves or years. That was a short poem, a pantoum from I Hate Parties. Now I'm going to read two newer poems. This first poem is called Before You Dig, and it's about basements in Saskatchewan. If you know, you know the problem with basements in Saskatchewan. It's called Before You Dig. The cat keeps vanishing into your hellmouth. This prairie city breeds monster basements, and she must patrol the trench, singing for her home's bone bed. The plumbers dig past all rational strata, so deep that you barely feel the cut. A dark river of regret breeds peculiar moss in your old undercroft dreams. You tell creative writing students, annoyingly, dig further, but what do you hope they'll find? Shouldn't they hold close some shale of barely visible feeling? Why do you need their grandmothers, their pets unraveling, the sweet tar of their drafts? Moments ago, you ignored your own teacher's note about earth furrows. If you can't afford therapy, AI will dig your grave. Unspent poems trench you from inside, like the cyst that kept you folded still in bed, a bloody bean. Think before you dig, the city pleads. But wilder mistakes need a dive into plush catastrophe. Love caves you, and the washing machine dances on plywood. Dichian, a weak verb that means to mound earth in Old English. So there's slender mercy. Our basements will rise to be mended. All our thefts remade minor mountains. I'm just gonna take a quick drink, and then this is a little bit of a longer poem, but I promise it's not too long. This poem is for all the nerds. It's called My Autism is Lawful Neutral. When you dream of dragons, they impart nothing useful, just a few scales on your sheets. A wizard is a corpse flower, blooming terribly on their own schedule. A wizard is red cellophane laid over a cheat manual, so just the right words come into focus. A wizard is a stubbly kiss that smells of jasmine and binding glue and books under the bed. A wizard is an eye with narrow depth of field, staring delicately at a puzzle above your shoulder. Gandalf wreathes you in pipe smoke until you become the red underglow of their vellum, gristle of gossip they'll pass around the Shire. A Gandalf is a drawer whose velvet stays indistinguishable from night, and you can reach into it forever. A drawer is a wizard who can't speak at parties, but loves fireworks and stylish disappearances. If you move a Monopoly piece across an imaginary board, a clinician will read the spell on your skin. If the Guild of Necromancers could just remember your email, they'd invite you to their mausoleum, the delicate plots with night blooming flowers, the taco truck, everything you've heard is probably true. A wizard's scruff profile says, "My autism is lawful neutral, and no man has ever inquired about this." Our profiles are minor cantrips. They hold our calamities and loose change, our shame like unraveled measuring tape, the snore of the sleeping ducks in the park, when you warmed your hand under his jacket and he gleamed like witchlight, but he was a knight, you always knew that. We cast off these spells, old receipts, and wonder what becomes of them. One lost in the mail, one used to grease a faulty elevator, one grave good, one banned book, one curiosity of fungus on an otherwise usable lens, one mixtape recorded underground, one for sorrow, and a last one that says break in case of apocalypse. Thanks, everyone.